The home gym was kind of busy this time around. There's a lot of new people in. I don't really know what's happening, but I was lucky in the end to manage to get the session in within a normal time frame, because there's only two benches, and when I got in, they were both taken. So I started off with some handstands to get some blood pumping in the shoulders and trying to get as much time as I can in there. I'm tapping slightly on the walls when I feel like I'm going over. There is a much higher chance that I tend to overshoot going over than pulling under, and there is something to be said about the engagement of the glutes and the core, and managing to keep the hips in place and the legs stacked on top of the spine and the shoulders and the arms. And then I went over to this lat pull down thing machine, and I was doing some single leg squats in here. So two 18-kilo dumbbells for 7 to 8 reps per leg. And so I was alternating these single leg squats to these handstands in here. Was lucky that I didn't hit anybody, because I didn't really expect these guys to come, and at the same time I was going over, so somehow I managed to turn around and go over to the other side of the wall. Just managing that recovery probably took away most of the juice that I had for that set, so that definitely stayed up there much less than the first one. And then this was the second set with the 18 kilos on the single leg squats. I'm trying to get two different angles because I want to see if I am staying upright and not really leaning forward too much, not getting those that posterior chain to engage. I'm trying to keep the forward leg a bit closer so that I am trying to influence the quads a little more, simply because I feel like they are the weaker part of the leg. And in here, I managed to squeeze the camera just behind the bench that just freed out, and I was doing some incline dumbbell presses. The weight is 22 kilos, and last week, the previous time that I was doing these, I wasn't doing as many in the second set, and I think I only did like 6 or 7. That was very weird. In this set here, it was the first one, I did 10, and I felt like they weren't exactly very confident repetitions. I felt a bit wobbly on a couple of those. And then I was supersetting the incline bench with upright rows. It wasn't ideal because I wanted to get the handstands and the bench as the first part of the session, and then supersetting the leg work with the upright rows, so that the two exercises were not going to clash as much. But as I got in there, both benches were occupied, so I had to improvise a little bit and swap things around. Maybe that's also why I felt like it was a bit weaker than usual. But I did go up on the upright rows. I was doing 16 kilos per dumbbell, and I managed to get 2 sets with 10 repetitions on both. This second set was looking slightly better technique-wise, but I was doing less reps than a couple of weeks ago. Definitely a couple more than the previous week, but I feel like going up in weight on the upright rows and having them chained together, two upper body movements that both involve the shoulder somewhat, wasn't ideal, but it's okay. It does happen, and it's good that I was able to change things on the fly and get it done. Ciao.